fellow brawlers, I'm KairosTime, and it is time to brawl. And it's time for an update. Already, honestly, I was not expecting it this fast. Let's start off by breaking down everything you need to know about Meg, and then we'll cover everything else coming in the update. Meg is the newest legendary brawler, and she is completing a superhero trio with Max and Surge, which means that she belongs to the Super City environment. She is a vending machine repair person, and she wants to be a hero like Max and Surge, which is honestly kind of adorable. Meg is really weak, so Max doesn't approve of her, and that's exactly why Meg created a robot mech suit so that she can keep up with the other brawlers. Now, Meg is really interesting because when I say that she's weak, she's really weak. At 3,300 HP at max level, she has the second lowest HP in the game. She has less health than Crow, Piper, Bee, and Barley, and the only brawler that she has more HP than is Tick, which is not very impressive. She also has the lowest damaging attack in the game. Each attack fires 2 projectiles that each deal 450 damage, which means that even if both projectiles hit their target, her attack damage comes up to 900 damage, which is even less damage than Poco can deal. Now, I'm not certain, but it looked like she had a fast movement speed, which is what a lot of the tanks have in the game. That should make it a lot easier for her to dodge enemy attacks. And she clearly has a very fast reload speed, at least faster than most brawlers. In fact, from what I could tell, it looked like it might even be as fast as Nita's reload speed. Plus, she has an attack range of what I measured out to be about 9 tiles, which is just as long as Bo's, Pam's, and Colette's attack ranges. So even though she does almost no damage, I think she's going to be able to attack enemies pretty often and from a distance as long as you're good at aiming with her. We don't know how much it takes for her to charge her super, however, we do know it takes more than 5 hits to charge it, and I'd guess it would take a lot more than that because her super is what makes Meg really strong. When Meg uses her super, she jumps into a mech that starts out with 7,500 HP, which is about as much as Daryl and Rosa have. That's a lot of HP, and similar to Edgar's newest gadget, the HP declines over time. However, it doesn't actually decline as fast as you might think. It loses 150 HP per second, which means that if Meg doesn't take any damage, her mech should be able to last up to 50 seconds. Now, because her mech does lose HP over time, it doesn't heal like other brawlers do. This means that any damage to it is permanent unless it can somehow be healed. Now, we don't know for certain if it actually can be healed by her teammates, but if Meg's mech can be healed by healers, I'm calling it now. She's gonna break the game because her mech is insanely strong and healing it to keep it alive longer is just crazy. Now, Meg's mech fires 8 projectiles that each deal 360 damage. That means that if a target gets hit by all 8 projectiles, they will take 2,880 damage, which is actually really close to what Bull and Tick can deal with their attack if the enemy gets hit by all the projectiles. Now, the projectiles are fired kind of like wide and apart from each other, so I don't actually think you'll be able to get hit by all 8 of them very often, if at all. But it does go to show how much damage Meg's mech can actually do. And that doesn't even include her second super. That's right, Meg's mech has its own super that works differently from Meg's regular super. It attacks very similar to BB's attack with like a swing of a giant laser sword that can deal 3,600 damage in a single swipe. That's the equivalent of standing in Barley's super throughout its entire duration, except you take all of that damage instantly, which is insane. This means that Meg will be able to completely wipe out 9 brawlers in just one hit, which means that standing close to Meg's mech is pretty much a death sentence. Now, one thing that is very important to recognize about this super is that it does not charge up like other supers do. It charges over time automatically in 4.5 seconds, according to what I measured from Brawl Talk. This is a strength because she will automatically charge her super without having to hit enemies to charge it, but it's also a bit of a weakness because it means that Meg cannot recharge her super quickly by hitting her shots or by hitting 3 brawlers with her super. Honestly though, 4.5 seconds to charge this insane super is an amazing trade-off. Now, there are a few other interesting things that I noticed between Meg's normal self versus when she's in her mech. It looks like she has a fast movement speed herself, but it looks like her movement speed actually slows down when she's in her mech. If I were to guess, I'd say she has a fast movement speed and her mech has a normal movement speed, or I didn't see it right and Meg has a normal movement speed and her mech has a slow movement speed. Another important thing to note is the fact that her mech clearly has a slower reload speed than Meg does when she doesn't have her mech. So playing her is actually gonna be kind of weird because sometimes you'll want to conserve her ammo when she's in her mech, and when she's not in her mech, you really won't need to worry about conserving her ammo. Now, this part is speculation, but I would not be surprised at all if Meg's mech has a larger than normal hitbox. What that means is that it might be easier for you to hit her mech because it is so big, right? This isn't confirmed, but we do know that some brawlers like Frank and El Primo have larger hitboxes than like Crow or Jesse. And if Supercell made Meg's mech have an abnormally large hitbox, that would make a lot of sense to me. And one more thing about Meg is that she does not have the ability for her to recycle her super. Like for example, El Primo jumps on somebody and it charges up her super, then he attacks them and recharges the super really fast. Meg cannot do that because once her mech is destroyed, her super starts right back at 0 and she has to start from the ground up to build up her next super. What happens if Meg's mech is destroyed? This clip shows that Meg starts out with only about half of her health once her mech is destroyed, and then she immediately starts healing before she actually attacks and then stops the healing. So we can safely assume that when her mech is destroyed, she'll be at half HP and immediately start healing if she's not attacking. And you'll actually also notice this shield, which they didn't mention in Brawl Talk, which means that I can only assume that it's her star power, right? Based off of that one little clip where she gets hit by Shelly's attack, 2 of Shelly's projectiles from her attack, I have determined that it gives her a 35% damage reduction, which is actually really good. But what's really crazy is how long it lasts for. Seriously though, in this clip, we know that it shields her for at least 15 seconds before Brawl Talk cuts off the gameplay, and it could be a 15-second, 20-second shield. Maybe it is a permanent shield after her first mech is destroyed. We don't know for sure, and we also don't know what her gadget is going to be. Now I'm going to speculate that she's able to like press a button and then her mech just explodes and deals an insane amount of damage, but we don't actually know that. I'll be covering her gadget and both of her star powers and everything else you need to know about her in a Meg Olympics sneak peek, so make sure you guys subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss it. Up next, let's cover everything else that we know is coming in this update, starting off with the 2 new skins coming to the game. First up is Gladiator Colette, which was created by Francie and Beats in the community as part of the Supercell Make contest known as Colette Lost in Time. We don't know for sure how much the skin is going to cost. I'm going to guess 150 gems, although there's a chance it might be 80 gems instead. Then we have V8-Bit, who I'm going to guess will cost 80 gems. However, you'll actually have a chance to win him for free in a Metropolis challenge that will be coming to the game. It looks like it's going to be a 10-win challenge in October, and all of the modes and maps will actually take place in the Metropolis environment. Speaking of which, it actually looks like Metropolis is coming back, and all of the Metropolis skins are being made seasonal, so you can only buy them once a year. They will be a limited time only skins. And interestingly enough, if you own all of the Metropolis skins, you'll get an exclusive pin emote for each of them, which is like really cool, but it's also really expensive to get all of those pins. But I already have all of them except for V8 Bit anyway, so might as well just give me a free pin. That's not all we're getting for skins though. 8-Bit, Poco, Brock, Pam, and Max are getting true gold and true silver skins, and we're now getting a skin randomizer so that you don't have to think about switching your skins between matches. And I'm actually really curious what you guys think about this. I assume that most people watching this don't have a ton of skins, but as somebody who has almost every single skin in the game other than like true gold and silver and like just a few star point skins, I am very excited about this. Now it looks like you'll be able to choose certain skins that you don't want to be randomly selected, which is really cool. I mean, it's a small thing that won't impact most players, but I'm excited. We're getting more animated pins, and it looks like that is going to include Brawloween Rosa. We also have a new animated Dark Lord Spike pin, and if you pay attention, it sounds like they gave Dark Lord Spike a voice.
Specific pin for Dark Lord Spike.
I have a lot of questions about that. They're also giving Evil Pam some voice lines.
Wham, bam, here comes Evil Pam.
You are now going to be able to use pins in the club chat, and it looks like Brawl Talk actually leaked Meg's profile pic in this club chat area, which is kind of cool. Okay, there it is. Hooray, congratulations. It's pixelated, but you know, you gotta look at it. It also looks like they will be adding a looking for a team feature, so you can just like signal to other players that are on your friends list that you're looking to create a team. So that way you don't have to just spam everybody playing on your friends list in hopes that they will join you. You'll be able to know who's actually looking for a team. The next thing coming in the update actually isn't coming in the update. This was the second warning that Danny and Paula gave us that clubs are being reduced from 100 players down to 30 players. It looks like they're still working on these big changes, and we don't know exactly what's happening, although we know that it's not happening right now. But here's what we do know. We know that they are wanting to make clubs more meaningful, and in this Brawl Talk, they specifically said that clubs are going to require active members if you want your club to be the best. If you want your club to be the best. That tells me we're going to get one of two things. Either we're going to be competing against other clubs so that we can prove which clubs will be the best and it'll be some sort of a club wars thing and it'll be awesome or something like that. Or our clubs are going to be working together with our club mates specifically to get like the best rewards or something like that. I don't know exactly what it will be, but Danny and Paula said that they would see us again in October at the end of this Brawl Talk. So I'm guessing it won't be long before we actually know. And I think it's a pretty safe bet that they will implement these club changes in late October or early November. That's pretty much everything we know that's coming in this update. And it looks like this update's gonna be pretty small. And honestly, no, I'm just kidding. That's just fine. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I wasn't even expecting an update right now. I didn't even do a new Brawler speculation video. I'm honestly considering everything they're giving in this update part as like a bonus update that should have been applied to the last update or something like that. I don't know. It makes me wonder if they will be releasing 2 new brawlers in the next update, because we've pretty much gotten a new brawler every single month this year, which is pretty impressive. But I'm sure that we're going to be getting some other things in this update, like balance changes and maybe some other tweaks here or there. And right there is that notification bell that you're going to want to hit so you don't miss anything. Don't forget to use code Kairos in the Brawl Stars shop to support the development of these videos. If my channel is your favorite place to get update content, I'd appreciate you guys using my code. For now, this is KairosTime ticking by, and we will see you in Brawl Stars.
That's wrong.
No, for real, I'll see you guys in the next video.